Okay.
Terrific. So here we go, Dave Noonan. So it doesn't paint the CFMEU in a very flattering light, with the Royal Commission saying that perhaps some of your officials have been involved in serious crimes, including extortion.
The only problem with that is that what we saw today is that the evidence doesn't bear out what counsel assisting said. The evidence does not stack up. Now, it's important to say that today is the first time that the CFMEU has had an opportunity to cross-examine a witness. And what we have seen today is that Mr. Smith had to run away from almost every one of his exaggerated claims, and the opening of the counsel assisting was left in a smouldering heap. What the facts are is this. Last year, the Burt Fund paid out $35 million in redundancy entitlements to workers. The Burt Fund has also, and the associated funds, have paid tens of thousands of dollars, in fact hundreds of thousands of dollars, to workers' families for funeral benefits. They've assisted apprentices, young Queenslanders, in getting a start in the industry. They have provided portable sick leave for workers so they don't lose their entitlements. They have funded occupational health and safety in an industry where 2 workers died in Queensland just last week. They've made a contribution to the industry, and of course what was not said by counsel assisting this morning is that the board is comprised of 50% employers and 50% union. This is a body that is working for the good of the union, of the industry, and all of the workers in the industry. And the outrageous opening that was given by counsel assisting here today has been totally and comprehensively demolished by the facts.
But here you had an employer that didn't want to enter into an EBA backed by the CFMEU, wanted to go his own way, but then after sustained pressure by your union couldn't do it. Surely that shows, though, that the CFMEU really outmuscled him there, and that he ended up being pressured to do something he didn't want to do, which was legal.
Industrial relations are about negotiations, and what we heard today is this. First of all, Mr. Smith retreated from all of his allegations about secondary boycotts and the union putting bans on. He was not able to give one credible example today of where that happened.
But is that just because officials are too smart to use words like ban and we're going to go you, and
no,
they're too clever?
No, it's because what we had was a statement put forward by counsel assisting that wasn't factual. It was based on assertions, and it was based on a lack of evidence. What we have seen is a situation where the union has successfully negotiated a very good agreement for its members. Now, we understand that employers want to cut costs. We understand that Mr. Smith enthusiastically embraced work choices and compulsory individual agreements. That's what he did, and that's a matter of fact. But unions are there to stand up to that. Unions are there to stand up for workers and get the best deal they can for their members. And that's what our union's done, and we're proud of it.
But did the CFMEU commit crimes in fighting against Mr. Smith and Universal Cranes?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And the fact that counsel assisting was able to put that outrageous allegation there today, he ought to stand up and apologise for that tomorrow, because the fact is it didn't happen, the evidence didn't bear it out, and his credibility suffers as a result of that inflammatory and false opening he gave today.
So tomorrow it's the Hindmarsh case. What are you expecting there?
Oh look, I haven't got a crystal ball, I'm not going to predict, but what we're not going to see is a union that's done the wrong thing by its members. What we're not going to see is a union that runs away from supporting its members when times get difficult. And certainly what we're not going to see is a union that looks after itself and lines it up its own pockets. We're about the members, we're about construction workers, and all of the evidence we've seen here today bears that out.
But with the funds, though, it would seem that not all of the benefit from the funds actually goes to the workers. Some of the benefit actually accrues to the unions themselves. There's no interest paid on that money for the workers. Is that appropriate?
Well, that's the nature of the trust deed that employers sign. When workers vote for enterprise agreements, they are voting for the terms of that fund. We don't listen to what Mr. Stolger says. I mean, it's one thing for a QC from the most expensive chambers in Sydney to say what he thinks construction workers want. We go out and meet with construction workers every day. Construction workers, 100,000 of them Australia-wide, vote for the officials of our union. It's a democratic union, and we've had tremendous support for the Burt scheme and other redundancy schemes around the country, because the workers know that it delivers training, it delivers occupational health and safety, it delivers funeral benefits when workers' families are bereaved, it delivers education and training, and it delivers the thing that this industry needs the most. It delivers apprentices. I mean, Mr. Stolger today actually said that getting apprentices into the industry was contrary to the interests of construction workers, that they were a threat to construction workers. Let me tell you, he is absolutely delusional if he believes that. Every construction worker I speak to says this: we need more apprentices in the industry, not less. It'd be a good thing if the Abbott government, instead of trying to play an ideological game of beating up on unions, actually got behind getting young Australians apprenticeships in the construction industry, and we call on them to do so. Instead of Senator Arbets having these strange, nasty ideological fantasies about punishing unemployed people, young unemployed people, what about getting them an apprenticeship? That's the challenge that this government ought to be manning up to, not this sort of ridiculous union bashing that we've seen in there today. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.